Hello. Hi. This is hopefully working. Crossing my fingers. First time doing this. I am hoping everything is working properly. Oh my gosh. A bit stressful even. I'm just waiting on seeing the stream that I have open in another window to see if it's working. And it definitely is now. That's awesome. Okay. I don't know why it took a bit, but I am here now. This is so cool. If people have questions or anything, you can just like throw them in the chat and I'll like try to answer it. Again, first time doing this, so we'll see. You want to say that Brian says that he wants to say that he can't hear me, but that would be mean. So you can hear me is the better thing you should say. Not, oh, maybe I can't hear you, but I don't want to be mean. At least on my end, it looks like audio levels are fine. If I'm too loud or anything. Yes isn't a very good answer. Yes in a period. Anyways, I'm going to get to the actual building stuff because that's what I'm excited about is building stuff. So I'm figuring this out. Watch this. Whoa, I moved the whole screen, so now I'm just tiny. And now I can be over here and we can be in the world, which I'm much more comfortable with without my face just everywhere. So this is the bridge that I've been working on. I haven't talked about it in my latest video if you guys were watching that, but I've been designing this, which it's right next to the thing that I hate. So either it's going to make this thing better, which I think it does, to be honest, or this is going to detract from that, one of the two. But I thought it'd be fun to do something that wasn't just like another downtown building like over here, and do something a bit different. So I am making a bridge in the Art Deco style, if people are familiar with that. Which one of the things I'm not quite happy with the current design, so that's why I'm here to work on it, is to come up with some like little improvements here and there. Because I got the general idea of how it's working. If we come up here, it's a nice wide bridge that'll take you from this mountain over to the other mountain that I've also been working on. But in Art Deco design, it's a lot of times like golden highlights in this like gray background, which I couldn't really do because there's no like golden walls. Let's see, I would be using like bamboo if I had my choice of stuff. So let's grab some of that. I honestly don't know if the mosaic version or just the normal version is fine, but we'll do something. And we'll also grab some trapdoors because I want to try to make it more like golden yellow because I think it'll look better. But without having walls, I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get the proper golden yellow color. I obviously used like some glass in here so it's more like golden yellow, but we'll see. So I was thinking filling this in. And then, oh my gosh, why is my OBS is being weird, or this isn't actually OBS's fault. This is like OBS connecting up to the YouTube like live viewer count thing, and I thought I selected my stream, and then it just disappeared, and it was like, no, you need to select your stream again, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure I did that already. Okay, anyways, no, I don't want YouTube to do that. So making it more golden yellow, we need. You know what, we can just use these. Because the thing is like if we can't get walls that are golden yellow, I don't know how it's going to look. I don't think it's going to look that great. That's my prediction, but we're going to find out. Because also, if we look at walls, right, it's like what other thing in walls is most like bamboo? Obviously, like the sandstone's kind of close. Maybe endstone. It's not great though. It's not my preference. But that's about it. I wish there was more options of walls out there, to be honest, so that I could do more things with it. Okay. Let's do this. And let's try to make everything we can but the walls, I guess, bamboo. So like make this bamboo. Make this bamboo. I think that's it for that one. And then we will do the same over here. And I don't think it's gonna turn out that good. Oh, I missed a spot over here. Gotta commit to it. Gotta commit to trying it out. I don't think it's gonna look good though, because the sandstone just isn't the same color. I feel like the yellow works better though, as like the color to use, but there's no good walls. I guess it isn't as obvious from far away, but it's not great. I don't know, let's try some fences, because I really want the yellow to work. If I can make the yellow work, I'll be happy. And see, we have to actually place it because it's not going to connect, and that's another problem. So I don't know what to do about that, because that doesn't connect there either. We could try these. Do something like that. Oof, that might be worse. I think the sandstone might be better. I'm not... I'm really not feeling the end stone. Honestly, it may be fine just with sandstone. I really want it to be golden yellow, though. I wish there was a better wall out there. But how are other people feeling about this? Anyone have any opinions in chat of, do I want to make the bamboo work with the sandstone things? The stream, I don't know exactly how long it's going to be. I'm going to go for at least an hour. If things are going well, we'll go past an hour. If things aren't going well, then I guess that'll be it. I don't know. We'll see how things go, yeah. I don't know. I'm very undecided about this. I want the yellow to work. Maybe I just need to let it sit. We work on a different part of it. And then we'll come back to that side to see how I feel about it. So one of the other things I wanted to try is the background for this. I should back up so I can actually talk about this properly. And then I'm going to zoom in again. But the background over here is just this stuff, what do you call it? Not concrete, the terracotta, the gray terracotta. And it's a little bit plain because there's a lot of it going on in the background. So I wanted to try to add something to add some more variance, because it does take up like a lot of the builds. So I don't want it to be as plain. Yeah, I know people are saying the bamboo does look better, but yeah, I know the walls, not having the walls is like kind of critical, because I don't think we can try it with the fences, but I really don't think it's gonna work. Though I should just try it just in case. Just to give it like a fair shot. But then it doesn't connect up with these, which is a whole problem, but just for trial. We can see how it looks. That is true. It's much more saturated than the gray. I almost want like a more gold color, right? Like I feel like the sandstone isn't gold enough for me. This is maybe not quite gold either, but I feel like it's closer to like gold color. But that really doesn't look good with the fences. I don't know how other people are feeling, but it definitely looks better when it's got like the width of a wall. It's got the proper, because that's how I built it. The mix of sandstone with the bamboo down here. Yeah, I don't think that part's bad. Yeah, the fences are just kind of thin. It really ruins it. But yeah, honestly, the sandstone walls with the bamboo other stuff isn't the worst. It's not the worst thing ever. Yeah, I'm gonna still sit on it. We'll see. Let's try to add some variance into the background over here. I was thinking of adding some like little lines, because like I'm not a like proper architect or anything, so I don't know like all the proper terminology or how things are supposed to look. But like at least from what I've seen of Art Deco, it uses like a lot of like simple shapes, simple lines. but in very fancy, elegant ways. So I think just like some straight lines up and down in the background might be good, might fit the theme. I could write Mojang and wait for them to add walls. I could delay this project even longer because for those of you that don't know, I've been working on this for a while. Like it's been like a month since I came out with a video before the one that I came out with yesterday. And most of that time was like me, like I built part of this, then I got bored, I stopped working on it, then I came back and I built some more, and then I got bored and stopped working on it. And so I don't need more reasons to put this off. I need more reasons to finish it, to be honest. But let's try adding some lines. I'm hoping this will look good. Just like adding some variance to it so it isn't all the same. It's hard with such a big structure, trying to get some texture. That is true. You did do a really good job with the end stone in your builds. I remember that one. I was very shocked with how good the end stone looked. I was like, whoa, I don't normally see end stone and think, that's pretty cool. I was impressed. It's a little hard going behind some of these things, but that's fine. Yeah, you got a good grade in Endstone. If we're grading people on Endstone, you got an A+. Okay. A little bit more before we can call it good. Dead coral could be good too, yeah. I don't know if they're quite as dark. Dead coral. But I honestly don't use the coral enough, to be honest. You can see though. It's a little too light for it. Though I have been using some coral, and we'll come to this in a second, but I have been using some coral over here in some of my terrain, and I've actually textured this stuff that I've been trying out. So instead of this, that hasn't been textured, instead of texturing the thing I already made, I started making new stuff to texture, because I'm just like that. Okay. Let me finish up adding some lines, and then I'm gonna step back and look at this. I'm gonna be so disappointed if it doesn't look good, because I put so much work into this. I don't know if it did anything. Maybe I'm trying to be too subtle here. The stream probably doesn't help with you guys like viewing this because I'm going way far back, but that's how I always try to like really zoom out and like then squint at it on my screen. But yeah. I don't know. I mean, when you're closer, it looks better if you like zoom in, but I don't know if that says much. Yeah, exactly. Instead of finishing the thing I needed to finish, I just started a new thing, which maybe we should talk about this since I gotta sit and feel on some of this over here. So when I made the bridge connecting up to this mountain, I didn't want the bridge to be like on an angle because that's not how real life bridges work. They're pretty flat. I don't know if you know this, but bridges are pretty flat and then they kind of like slope up to the bridge, you know, if you need to like get up to it. But it's like the bridge itself is flat, generally at least. And so I like put it at the level over there to be flat with that land. And then when I got over here, it like the actual land came up to like down here. And so I had to add a bunch of blocks up and I was like, oh, well, I should add a bunch over here. And then I got this idea of like we could have a cool build right on top of this area. And then it would be kind of like towering over the background of the little town down here, which I thought would be really cool. I was thinking like, it's almost like a medieval structure that used to be up there, some old-timey castle, and then the little village that's like down in the valley below. They've been like upgrading and stuff, so it's got all modern structures and modern amenities, but then there's still like this ancient like castle up in the background. I thought that'd be pretty cool. And yeah, I definitely should be focusing on like the view from down here, which luckily the shapes that I've been drawing with the sandstone and whatever, I feel like work pretty well down here. I'm still not sure if I'm feeling the mix of sandstone and bamboo. There's something nice about it, but I don't know if it's quite right. I would like if it was just all one color. Yes, this is, I should have mentioned this at the beginning. This is a creative, like, separate world from my normal survival world. This isn't actually the survival world. I don't just go into creative and build things. I design it in like a copy of the world, and then I go into survival and build it later twice because I don't know, that's why. I feel like a lot of people do that though. It isn't quite as insane as it sounds to build something twice. But it does kind of give Mario Odyssey feels. There's something about that. I don't know how people feel about this texturing. I kind of like it. The like crazy like veins of brown going throughout it. It might need some more variety. Like maybe it's just too random currently. I'm not quite sure. Also, this looks very like cylindery, like the original cylinder I made it out of. So that's a bit of a problem. But I do like my use of coral. I don't normally do that, and I feel like it turned out pretty good with the texturing. I don't know. Also, I've got a lot of stuff to work on. I don't know when my next video for this is going to come out. This is like hopefully like the next main video that'll be on my channel. But like I've got to work on a whole bridge to build in survival. I've got to work on like some of the landscape at least. Maybe not this part of it, but at least some of it to connect up to the new bridge so it isn't just floating. And then I've also got to work on like down here because I don't know, this is like the view of the bridge is like right down here where there's just a hard line. So a lot of work to be done. Yeah, it's very subtle with the coral. Honestly, maybe it'd be the same with like cobblestone or something. Like cobblestone would be so much easier to get. And then it might just have the same effect. But it also is much harsher. Like, I feel like that stands out. The one piece that I put there stands out way more than just having like a little bit of coral in here. Yeah, having a big structure with just like a tiny bit could look weird. I don't know if I'm thinking like giant castle or just like single tower. I haven't quite decided. And I was also, I don't really do lore for my world, and now I sort of am. But I was thinking, like, is this bridge, because it's Art Deco-y and more modern looking, is this something that's new? Is this like a more like old-timey bridge that the old-timey people did Art Deco style, and then that's what like the castle should be made in, is like an Art Deco style? I'm not sure. So I've got some thinking to do on that. Yeah, I definitely could do some texturing with like the yellow style to like try to either use brighter ones, brighter colors when it should be highlighted and darker when it shouldn't. I struggle with some of that texturing stuff, like lighting it properly or whatever you want to call it. I like when it's just like flat color, and then, I don't know. It would definitely look cool though if I could do it properly. Oh, how long does it take me to come up with a design? Well, this one's been not the whole month because I've been really putting it off. I haven't been put much work into it. But like usually a video takes like 2 weeks to come out with. I feel like that's what I was normally doing it at. And like I wouldn't be working on the project for the full 2 weeks because I would get burnt out. But I would be working on it for like maybe a solid week or something. I'd spend like, usually like it takes a while for me just to get like inspiration for it, where I'm like, and then once I find the inspiration, then I can like dive into it, do a bunch all in like one evening. And then maybe the next day or two, I like add some little extra things to like spice it up or whatever. But honestly, like a lot of the projects usually happen like in one rushed evening after I have some huge inspiration for how it should look. But it's just a matter of getting that inspiration. And yeah, I don't know. Oh, that's so sweet. Someone says I'm one of their new favorite YouTubers. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest with me. Zooming away and stuff to like view stuff, it works on my screen because it's quite big. But if you're on a phone, you probably can't see some of this detail that I'm talking about. So sorry. Okay. Let's. I've had some time to think on this. I do kind of think I like the line texturing, and it's not because I can notice it from down here. And especially if you're on a small screen, you're not going to notice this. But I feel like it looks better, like the texturing color, like the background of it, compared to this. Like you can still tell it looks flat, whereas this one you can less tell that it looks flat somehow. And I feel like that's better. I don't know if that makes sense. Yeah, it's someone is saying they also like connect with the inspiration part. Yeah, I find it so hard to like start on a project that I don't have inspiration for. Like to just start randomly building and then somehow get inspiration for it partway through. It's like I have to have an idea of what to do before I even like sit down and start working on it. Thank you guys. You guys are being so kind. I love this. I should have done streaming a while ago if I knew everyone was going to give me compliments. um, Honestly, I didn't know how long this like designing portion was going to take because I am kind of happy with a lot of this. There are some parts I obviously haven't finished, like that's floating over there. Which if you didn't know this, but towers aren't supposed to be floating. So I've got a bit of terraforming to do over on this side to figure out. But honestly, that wouldn't be hard to do in like just survival. That would have been harder to do in survival, that much terraforming. So I might just leave that to when I actually build in survival. And how do you guys feel about these towers? Because this is something I'm a bit unsure about. I thought this almost gives it like a modern look with like the white. Let me turn that off. The white, what do you want to call it? The white windows, where something about it gives it more like modern feel. Like if you zoom away, it almost feels like it's like a little like tiny skyscraper almost with like little windows. So like each like window is like a different floor. So there are like lots of floors in the building. Whereas like if you get up close, it's obviously just the most simple little tower you've ever seen, right? It's not actually a skyscraper. But I thought it was kind of like a cool effect. For like it feels appropriately sized for the bridge. It's not like overly big, but it's because of like the effect of the windows, it almost feels big. Or I don't know if I'm explaining this. Yeah, Brian is a fan of the towers. Awesome. Yeah, I think the towers are generally good. I definitely like how pointy they are. That makes me happy. It's maybe my favorite part of them is the little pointy towers. It makes me feel like is it the Chrysler building itself that kind of has something like this going on that I'm feeling? I don't remember. The Chrysler building, the top of it was actually the reason why I did some of the designs on the bridge itself here, because I haven't brought that up yet. I can bring it up. Because like the top of the building, it has like these little star effects coming out of like these curved parts, like it's a sunburst, I think is like the official term for it. So that's kind of what I wanted to do here was like sunburst coming out of the arch shape of the bridge. And it's a cool effect because then it's like the opening is like glowing and you like want to go through it or something. It's like open to new lands. And then now I feel like I need to build something on the other side that's like in the glowing ring. Yeah, I definitely think from the street view down here, the towers are really good. That's maybe even a bit too close, which I think is a good thing because like I'm not really going like this close to the tower very often unless I start building stuff down there. Like the closest I'm getting to the tower is probably like over here by my starter base where like all my storage is. And then obviously like I'll be flying around with my elytra and stuff. but I never get too close. So even me flying around, I'm never getting much closer than like this over here. So the towers I feel like are good proportion for being this far away. Oh, some bridge in Montreal. I haven't seen it, but I assume it looks kind of similar. That's very cool. Yeah, I usually end up pulling inspiration from some sort of real buildings. That's what ends up happening. Because like sometimes it's like from other people's builds, sometimes it's from a real building, sometimes it's from something else, but it usually doesn't just come out of like thin air, you know? It like comes from something. Yeah, they definitely help a ton with setting scale because if you don't have like something to work off of, it's like, okay, well, how big should this be? So, and then sometimes it just becomes vibe. That's kind of what I did with the art shape here. I was using, if people haven't seen it, this is Axiom. This is like full on Axiom, and I made a circle shape. I don't remember exactly what settings I used and everything, but I made a big circle essentially. And then I used that to get like the art shape. And I just kept on tweaking the settings until it was like, it looked right. And that was kind of all I did, was just like, seems about right. Seems like it would feel realistic. You know, no scientific backing behind this should be the arch size of the bridge. It's just, probably would work. Probably would hold a car on it, you know, and not break. Okay, well, I think I've done enough designing. I've just been kind of chatting about it. I want to go, and let me switch things so you guys don't see my list of random worlds I have. But let's actually go into the survival world. And then let me pull it back. And now we are here in the survival world. This is the actual world that I like build stuff in officially. And there's no bridge. There's no bridge up there. But there are plenty of things we still need to get done. Like there's this whole cliffside over here that needs to not look like a giant flat cliff. It needs to look like a smooth cliff. So I was gonna start working on this. And I also thought this would be a good time if people just have questions or anything. I feel like just doing mundane tasks while on stream and asking question or answering questions is like the perfect stream thing, right? Which I should grab some materials. Definitely grass and dirt, maybe some stone, and we'll see how that goes. Okay. I feel like for this, I almost like that it's kind of a sheer cliff. It obviously needs to be like fixed up a bit. Oh, you know what I need? I should get some moss. Once I started doing moss on that part of the terraforming that was in creative, I was like, oh man, I definitely need to like moss things up more. I don't use moss enough. Okay, I only have a bit of moss in here, but I can always go get more over at my moss machine. But I figure we do some moss over on the top-ish. Because I feel like that usually looks good. And then we'll try to add some variants afterwards, see where it feels like it shouldn't just be all the same. Oh, I don't have my shovel out, that's fine. Because I feel like this is already going to make it look a bit better. And then I don't want dirt here. I like just going from moss to stone, I found. That's like good. I found one of the things I didn't like about my big terraforming project over here was that I tried to do it like vanilla, where there's like the grass blocks and then some like dirt underneath. And so I tried to do that over here, grass blocks and then some dirt. But I don't know if it looks good, the vanilla way. I feel like this could look better, where it just goes from like a little layer of moss straight to being stone. I feel like that's better. And obviously it can't just look straight like this, because that still looks bad. But it's like getting there. It's like already a bit better than it was, you know? Then it's just gonna take a lot of finagling after that. Would that even look good? Oops, didn't mean to cover that part up. Yeah, that looks okay. And then maybe we cut back some of this so it curves like a little bit around the edge. I think that would look good. Filled in. I did not mean to make a path. Something like that. Yeah, some boulders in there could be good. This might be a good spot for a boulder where it gets up higher, where the train gets higher, so there's like a boulder at the end of the train or something. That could be a nice spot, right? Gives it a bit of a reason instead of just like a random boulder somewhere in there. Let's see how that looks. And I pick up these blocks. Okay, maybe not the best. Okay, I'm struggling a bit here. See, this is the part of live streaming I'm not used to. I make mistakes and I can't just edit it out. I just was like, wow, this is gonna look great. I zoomed out and went, oh, that's horrible. But that's what you guys get. That's what you guys signed up for, is a bunch of mistakes. Okay. That's better. It's not quite what I want, but we're getting there. Let's work on the boulder. I feel like if we get a boulder in there, the boulder is gonna make it feel a lot better. At least I'm hoping. Exactly, mistakes are authentic. This is the authentic stream. This is what really happens when you build. You're like, man, this is gonna look great, and then it doesn't, and then you go, oof. Shouldn't have done that. Pale carpet for gray to color gradients. That'd be good. Ooh, mossy cobble. Mossy cobble is such a good call. Oh my gosh, why didn't I think of that? Okay, wait, let's go. I don't think I just have mossy cobble, but I can obviously make some. Yeah, we have, let's make like half a stack just to start with, since I don't have too much moss on me. I don't want to use it all up, but okay, let's try this. Maybe around here at the bottom, we'll just like mix it in some spots. That's kind of what I'm feeling. I feel like that's getting better. Having some mixed in moss there. We could even have like some moss. Oops, not that. I want like that. Maybe not quite that soon. Does that even work? That's not bad. It's getting there. It's working its way through the design. Okay, let's see. I'm thinking like, I want it to like envelop the side of this cliff. I mean, it doesn't have to be where the net cliff naturally like ends, but I feel like that's a kind of good spot, or maybe just like at the corner also. It goes like up from the corner and over maybe. That could be kind of cool. Oops, I want just like stone in my inventory. I know this part's gonna look bad when we zoom out and look at it because I'm just building up some flat stone, but we're gonna get there. Trust in the process. Hopefully it works. Maybe we just go crazy with covering it. And then we'll figure out the shape once we zoom back out later. Okay, let's see how it's going so far. I mean, it doesn't look like a boulder yet, but it's getting there because we need like some more sticking out here and then somehow to differentiate the boulder from just like the stone over here, I think. What is my favorite block? Oh no, that's a tough question. No, wait, I do actually know this. Wait. I do know this, and I've got to have one in one of my chests. Okay, it's not in here, but it's... And wait for it. Wait. There it is. Okay. It's not this, but it's this, it's that. It's this right here. This is my favorite block. I just love the green color of it, like the slightly, not like the super oxidized version, but just like the slightly weathered version. Something about that green, and then just indoor version, like we have nothing like this. All the other doors are just so plain. This is great. This is the best block ever. And it's not even like a normal block because it's not just a normal like full block, it's a door shape, but I love it. I don't know what you guys think about it. I think it is like a unique block though for people asking, you know, it's not just like the same old, oh, I really like cobblestone or something. I don't know. Yes, the copper is so useful for literally so many things, to be honest. It's kind of the best. I've never had a not a good reason to use like copper. I've never thought, oh man, I should use copper here, and then found out it wasn't going to work. Usually if I think copper is going to work, it works fantastic. And like nothing else was going to work for it. Okay, let's get back to this stupid boulder that I'm trying to make look like a boulder and not just a cliff. Oh, thank you, Brian. You adore it. Oh, the puns. Makes me cringe. How adorable. Oh no, the puns are happening. Brian, look what you've started. Okay, I feel like I need to get the boulder, I need to like go in slightly so it looks like it's sticking out a bit, or I don't know. Okay, I need to use my shovel. I'm a bit struggling with like focusing on reading chat. Whenever I'm looking over here, I'm trying to like check chat because I don't want to like miss someone talking, but then I also am not focusing on the whole game. So I'm very sorry if I do stupid things, like not use my shovel on dirt and just do this. The puns, the puns. I don't know how to feel about puns. Sometimes you like sigh, but it's like a good sigh, and then sometimes you sigh and it's not a good sigh. It's like, ugh. Oh boy. Okay, let's see how the boulder's going. It's looking very boulderish from this side, at least, right? Kind of sticking out. I need to fix up that little patch there. And then if you ignore this stupid wandering trader that's walking into my shot, being a photo bomber over here, I feel like it's kind of working. Again, we need to like differentiate the boulder from the rest of the wall over here, but I think it could work. It definitely could cover part of the sidewalk. I don't want it to be too square though, so I like that it rounds, but like we could maybe have it coming out a bit like exactly where that guy's standing. Which stream, look away if you don't like violence towards villagers. There's definitely nothing gonna happen. Okay, now you can look back if you looked away for whatever reason. It's totally okay. Nothing happened. Wait, no, don't look back. Not yet. Okay, nothing happened. You can look back now for real this time. Definitely nothing happened. So I feel like, oh, I need to grab some more stone. I feel like that could work, coming out a bit onto the road, right? Onto the sidewalk, at least. Maybe a bit too diagonal over here now, though. Something like that. Not the worst. Honestly, not bad. Yeah, I really love how this river is working. It's actually a natural river in here. If you haven't seen way back when this all started, because I didn't even talk about this in my latest world tour, which maybe I should have. It's kind of an important part of the like area is like the river, and I didn't mention it once. But the river here was naturally came through this section. You can see how I dug away just like one layer. So there used to be more mountain over here that went out to like here-ish. And then the mountain also came over here. So I like cut away a bit of the mountain there, and I cut away a lot over here for the terrain. But the river naturally went down this way. It came down here. I think it went under here, maybe? Yeah, I think it went like this. It came down this way. It went under this portion, which part of it I filled in, and then I got lazy, and so now there's just a bunch of water under here, which is fine. And then it went down out to the ocean over here. And I sort of like changed the direction to be more uniform to make buildings on, because I would struggle with doing a diagonal building along the diagonal part of the river. So I was like, okay, I need to square it out. Obviously need to dig it out deeper, but yeah. I think it's kind of cool because it is somewhat natural, but also somewhat man-made. It's like a nice mixture of the two. Ooh, having the riverbed with mud would be good. I do need to like properly like excavate the bottom of this because obviously over here it's one layer thick. That's obviously not how I intend to leave it. But yeah, having some mud at the bottom would probably be good. I'm never quite sure what to put at the bottom of like lakes and rivers and whatever in this game. Because I like always want to add some variety, but then I'm like, what should the variety be? Because I don't want it to leave too plain, but maybe just mud by itself is good. I saw B-Dubs when he was making recently on the Hermitcraft server. He made his little like pond area, which was gorgeous. I think it used some mud there, and it also used some deep slate. It used, I think, maybe some basalt also. I kind of forget all the stuff that he used, but I remember like pausing the video, looking into the bottom of the river or the little pond and being like, what did this man use? I want to replicate it. Because I thought it was so beautiful. And so I kind of did over on the Round Block server. But that was a very small area. Doing a whole riverbed, that's a large project. Trying to like texture it and stuff with not just one block. Like that'd be so hard. But I'll eventually get around to it, just like I'll get around to texturing this thing. I'll do it someday. I promise. Maybe. Crossing my fingers. Oh, I thought it was dark enough. Never mind. Muddy mangrove would be really good. I know what you're talking about, like the muddy roots of the mangrove trees. That's a good option. That would definitely look good, because that's like perfect, because like you think about it, like trees and stuff, they fall into the rivers. You know, some of it floats away on the top, but other parts just sink to the bottom. And you got little like, you know, sticks or whatever stuck around. I mean, it's the perfect for what nature's really made of. Okay. How am I feeling about this? Obviously, this needs to get cleaned up. I'm gonna have to move my sniffers to somewhere. I don't actually know where. Where am I feeling? I could put him in with the cows. That feels mean. We could put it inside here. Do I have some empty spots? Oh, I do have some empty spots. Wait a second. But then they can't sniff stuff up. That seems sad also. They can't stay there though. I don't think so. Maybe they could. We just have to move them temporarily, maybe? I think that's what I'll do. I'll move them temporarily and then maybe try to make a pen that fits the hillside better once I've terraformed it. So they'll go back. This is only a temporary move. If you guys haven't seen my ender chest layout, because I don't think I show this off in videos, and the one here on my single player isn't quite as good as what's over on the server that I play on, that I did like a better job figuring things out. Okay, I'm getting distracted though. I came here for a fence, which I have like all my wood stored in my ender chest. That's what I was gonna mention. Is Nick's terrible mule in there? No, I haven't even done it on the server, let alone on my single player. I don't know, it'll happen at some point. Maybe in like a couple seasons, I'll finally get Nick his mule that he's been asking for so long now. It'll become like a meme. It'll be like every season you'll come to me and you'll be like, hey, do you have that mule? I've been asking about it for years. And then one day it'll actually happen. A question though, how do you find social building? I think it's always hate or love, but a Discord stream to pass by extended building sessions. It's always so helpful in my process. I think that can be good. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't really done like social building properly. I usually just do it on my own. I'm like very focused when I want to do it on my own. I'm like, okay, I need to like sit down, heads down, work on it. No distractions. I don't know. I could see like definitely the benefit though of like social building, because I'm liking this so far, where people have given me some good recommendations. They would take me way too long to figure out on my own. Okay. Come on out, guys. Come on down the hillside. And please don't trip and die. That'd be really sad. Please don't trip and die. Thank you. Please, thank you, thank you. Okay. Stay here. Hopefully they stay there. I'm always so worried when, I guess it hasn't become a problem recently, but back in the day, the leads used to be so buggy. You'd like unload a chunk and reload it, and then they'd be like popped out of the lead, and they'd just be roaming around. I think that's not really a problem nowadays, though. I think it's pretty fixed from what I've seen. Not quite sure though. Talk about social building. Is it just collabs? Because those are always fun to do. I mean, yeah, I think collabs would also be kind of part of social building, right? Just a different form of it. Yeah, just any sort of like building with another person, I think counts as like a social event, social collab event. I should do more like collabs and stuff. I've been wanting to do something with the Lucis Goose's Mr. Goose for the longest time. I don't know if you guys watch him. But I keep on forgetting about it. I messaged him one day and was like, hey, we should do a video. And he's like, yeah, sure. Like, I'll put you on the list of people to do like a video with, because he's got like multiple people he wants to do videos with, because he's doing like collabs with people all the time. And I feel like we both just kind of forgot about it. So it's neither mine or his fault, just kind of, I don't know, being busy. Which he has more reason to be busy. He actually is like doing things with people. I just got busy with like things outside YouTube, I guess, or I don't know. Let's shave down a bit of this cliff though, because it's looking a bit chaotic. A bit chaotic to what I want. And do I even want this part sticking out? I guess it's fine. It's not the worst, just not the best. Maybe. Let's see. That isn't too bad. I feel like if we go up and over, so we get like a little thing, maybe a little divot, and then back up to another thing. Give it some variance so it isn't just like totally flat at those sections. How many boulders? That's such a good question. I was just planning on the one. I don't want to go too crazy with boulders. I'm not a crazy boulder person, I guess. So I was gonna do like one big one right here, but we could do another one over here. I feel like at points that like it curves, I don't know why that feels better, because it like has to curve around the big heavy object. That's how I think about it in my head, right? But yeah, we could do another one like at the end over here, maybe. Right where this cave is, to block up the cave. If people are feeling that. I also just noticed I left a fence on the ground. I'm a resource hog. I gotta keep it. Okay. I guess we can start working on a bit of a boulder over here. Something down here. This is gonna be a big boulder though. Now that I'm realizing it, because it has to go all the way up over there. And it's already a big one, but this is gonna be like big, big boulder. It's gonna be so big, it might just be a cliff. But we'll see how it goes. Because it's gotta curve at some point. It can't just go up straight too much, you know? It's gotta like, gotta find some curves. If you're not making curvy boulders, you're making boulders wrong. Let's see. Get rid of this dirt around here. Do something along this lines, maybe. And then we will back up and see how it looks. Da-da-da-da-da. Doesn't look like a boulder yet, but we're getting there. Maybe one day it'll look like a boulder. Okay. And then if we curve it up here, I feel like this will be good. Yeah, exactly. See, people in chat are understanding. Seraph, is that your name? I'm so bad with pronouncing names, so I feel like I've been avoiding it to not like mispronounce. But yeah, exactly. Like if I need one more fence someday, I'm gonna feel so sad that I had to craft it instead of just having it there in my inventory, you know? Okay. That's looking kind of bouldery. It's getting there, you know? Get a little bit more up top, maybe some over on this side. Something over here. Something... I don't know if that's quite what I was looking for. I needed to start, like, curving down. Okay. Not the worst, not the best either. It's just okay boulder. Not every boulder has to be fantastic. This always gets me. I'm a habitual sleeper, a bit like B-dubs, because I just want to be so much like him. And so whenever I get like the faintest bit of darkness, I'm like, pull up my bed. I need to sleep. I can't let the monsters get around. Especially here in my single player world where I have not lit things up properly because I count on the fact I'm sleeping constantly. Also, I've got a bunch of junk in my inventory I need to go drop off. Cool. Glad I'm pronouncing that correct. I'm never sure, and I don't wanna make someone feel bad and like butcher their name on stream and then just go with it. I would feel so bad if I did that. Anyone is free to correct me if I ever pronounce someone's name wrong. Just like yell at me. Okay, let's put that in there. Do I have a food? Oh, this is the food. Okay. That's good for right now. I just needed like a little bit of extra space. Just a little bit of something. Okay, back to the boulder. Back to the boulder. It's looking bouldery. Maybe this one could be a bit mossy. Maybe get some moss on it. I don't know why I'm feeling this is a mossy boulder, but this one right here, this one's gonna be a mossy boulder. One mossy boulder. We could even have it like grow down the side or something. Like not just on the top like I would normally do with like, you know, the moss just like lining the top. We could actually have it like coming down the side. Something like, not like that, but I feel like that could be good. And then we obviously need like, just need the moss on the top as well. But I don't want to too mossify it. That's the problem. I don't want it to look like it's just the normal part of the terrain. I want it to stick out and look like it's a mossy boulder, which might be hard. I need some like connecting moss up there. Do I have... I have to have somewhere in here. Yes, I do. Proper scaffolding. I'm on stream. I have to act like a professional and not just pull out my dirt for scaffolding. I have to use the built-in scaffolding. Or else people are gonna roast me. Yes. I feel like the stone in between the boulders definitely has to change, or at least something to differentiate the boulder from the stone. And then there's got to be texturing on the boulder, which I guess is what I'm doing now. I've already committed to making this a mossy boulder. But yes, definitely. And then we like mix in some bits of mossy cobblestone. That might be too much. Might need some more mossy cobblestone in there. Oh, there's a piece of scaffolding now. I'm trying not to be too crazy about picking up all my pieces. Use some mud or dirt. Mud could be good. You guys are talking some X-Files stuff in there. I've never seen X-Files. I don't get it. I'm very sorry. You guys have all your inside jokes I'm not even privy to. So sad. Okay. Do I feel like it needs... Ooh, we could use some more mossy cobblestone over here. Someone's suggesting adding a little small overhang with tree branch with leaves. Oh, that could be nice, having some little thing overreaching it. That could be cool. Are you guys talking about the X-Files things? You guys being crazy? I don't get it. I'm very sorry. Okay, maybe this is good. I feel like this has to be good for now. We're getting a very rough estimation, and then I can come back later and like try to perfect things. I can't perfect things now when I'm just like starting out. Okay. I need some moss over the top. I feel like that's the next. I don't have enough moss. Okay. We have to go get some moss. Do I know this is on bone meal mode? Uh-oh. Time to look at redstone. Oops, that's not the redstone hole. That's a different hole. Okay. Oh my gosh, did I do this in the past where I just pulled it out of these? I feel like I did. I was really lazy. Oh gosh. I guess I could lock the hoppers, and then it would go to the end to nothing. Uh-oh. Yeah, because it comes down here. Why is this here? What was I doing? I'm so confused. Oh no, this is just glass. You just can't see it. Okay. Okay, this is me doing redstone, trying to figure out what the heck I did, and then trying to just get some moss. I should really have like a setting on here. Oh no, I'm lost. I should really just have a setting on here that's like moss setting. It's like, okay, I need some moss, so I flip a lever and then it gives me moss instead, but nope, I didn't do that. What do you want to name your fortune pickaxe? Oh, fortune pickaxe. What's my fortune pickaxe called? Big bucks. You could copy mine and call it big bucks, because you're gonna get big bucks with the fortune. That was why I did it in my head. I don't know. I feel like something gambling related. Not that I support like spending real life money to gamble, but like in game, fortune is gambling. That's what it is. Big Bucks Jr. That's a good one. I have no idea what my fortune pickaxe on Rotten Block is. I'm gonna be honest. I know smooth is always, this is always my Silk Touch pickaxe. It's always the max amount of characters I can put on it. Moneymaker's a good one. Okay. Let's get some levers. I am so distracted, but we are gonna get the moss, then we're gonna go back to the boulders, then we're gonna be doing stuff with the boulders. And it's already at the 1 hour mark. I'm kind of surprised. I guess we're going past an hour. I was unsure if this was gonna last past an hour, but I'm enjoying things. And we're making good progress. I wouldn't be normally making all this progress if it wasn't for the fact that I'm on stream, and if I wasn't making progress, it'd be embarrassing. Okay. Can I? Is that gonna power it? That doesn't feel like it's gonna power it. I don't trust that. If I put it here and then flip all these, this is the most janky thing I've ever done. Okay. That should lock all those so that then I can pick up stuff that's in the water streams. Let's go turn it on. And I went the wrong direction again. Okay, it's up here. It is on. And then, yoink. There we go. And then we can throw all the stuff we don't want in there, I guess. And then we just sit here for a little bit to get some moss. I don't even need that much. This is all just for like a little bit. Actually, I could probably use some of these bushes in my ender chest. I'm trying to build up like a good like variety of stuff. So what's it? It's in this one is the flowery one. This one has the normal one in it. So we can put the normal ones in there and the flowery ones in there. Oh, and then getting even more chaotic. I'm gonna just create a little chest monster here. We can even put the spruce away. Watch this. Being so efficient. And then we can put the oak logs away. Look at this. And then I can throw this tulip in a corner because I don't want it. Put that in there. Oh, that's actually composting? What? Or no, I took stuff out of there. That's why I wasn't in there. Okay. Okay, I think that's plenty. Let me go turn on this off. Oh, gotta go this way. Okay. And then I have to go pick up whatever's left. Because just like that one fence post from earlier, I have to get every single block. It's just for reasons. You have to get it all. And then we can throw that in there. That over there. And then we can pick up this and put it away. Okay, we're finally gonna get back to the boulder. Trust me. It's only a matter of time before the boulder gets finished. Oh no, it's nighttime. I wasn't prepared. I didn't sleep. Uh-oh. Luckily, and people probably already know this, but if you're really scared about monsters being around and a creeper falling on you, and you got an elytra, just fly really far away and they'll despawn. That's what I always do. I just use a couple rockets, and they're gone. They're gone by the time I'm back. And then you go on a little trip, and you see the nice countryside. It's a 2-for-1 deal. Okay. Getting back to these boulders. Some of them looking more bouldery than others. Oh, and then I wanted like a dip over here. I gotta remember this. And then let's actually put some like moss up here. And I think this will look, I think this is gonna look good. At least I'm hoping it's gonna look good. Okay. Okay, I gotta get rid of the dirt, because I'm not liking the dirt. Dirt's gotta go, and then we need something to differentiate the boulder from the non-boulder. Which someone was suggesting some mud. Or we could also do some packed mud. Packed mud could be good if I have some of that laying around. Not quite sure. This is still a very sheer cliffside, I realize. I don't know if I like that. I guess we could add more boulders in between. Just keep on adding boulders. I don't know. Hmm. Oh, well, see you later. Hopefully we'll see how long I'm doing this. Maybe you'll catch the end of it, maybe you won't. This is all just flying by the year. Retaining wall could be good, having like a little like brick or something holding it up. Um, How do I feel? Do I want a retaining wall? Retaining wall makes sense, logically, oops. Because like no one would build a road next to a giant cliff and call that safe. No one would do that. So they'd have some sort of protection for like the cliff falling on you, you know? A little overhang could be good. Seraph's gonna share. That would be very nice. Somehow through the internet. Okay, we need to somehow differentiate this. I'm feeling... Oof, maybe some andesite could be good. I need to start making a chest monster with all this extra stuff, though. And I'll keep a couple stacks on me. Okay. I feel it's like some just different variety in stones. We'll do a good job of like making it look different. Um, I'm never very good with texturing. I'm so uncertain about it all. Do I have any tough? Oh, it's that one. The one labeled with tough. I always like tough. You can never go wrong with that. Do you have any light gray? No. Well, we will see. Tough is pretty cool. I mean, it's why I'm building my big bridge out of tough. Because I think it looks nice. Tough's, I don't know. When tough was just this block in the game, right? When they didn't have all the other variants, I was hoping for more variants because I was like, this is such a gorgeous texture and gorgeous color. And then they did make more like variants of it, and I was so happy. It's my favorite day ever when they added more variants of tough. Oh, some smooth andesite. Yeah, we could do some of that. Here we'll play around with a couple of this. Because let's place this all down, get an idea of what we're going with. So obviously the tough's lighter. So that's gonna be like a darker portion. This is darker, this is lighter. This is, I guess, middle. I don't know. I don't quite like the blocky look of it though. So I'm gonna try to just do those. And then if I had some light gray wool, we could also be using that, but I don't have like a bunch on hand. And I don't know if I really want to go craft some up right now. Here, let's try to add a bit of tough. So maybe holds it back slightly. Looking a bit different. Oh, maybe we should do something like that. Maybe. I'm not like great with texturing, so this is gonna be hard. This is probably the worst thing for me to do on stream. But we're gonna figure it out. could also add some like cracks or something. Cracks are always nice. I like to have reasons for texturing, right? I don't like, and maybe this is a hot take, but I don't like when people just do dark, middle lightness, and then extra light on the top. And it's just like a gradient going straight up. I'm like, I understand why people do it, but I'm like, there's got to be a reason for the gradient, not just darker at bottom, lighter at top, because that's not how nature looks. Like the sun shining on a mountain doesn't make the bottom darker. It makes it all flat lit, you know, on the one side that it's being lit. And then on the opposite side that it's not being lit, then it's darker. But it's not like, I don't know. Yeah, making it like have some naturally roughness to it with some cracks and something. Something's gotta work. Maybe if we add some bits of whatever. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. Someone did suggest the overhang, though. We could add, like, a bit of mossy overhang in some sections. I don't know if that's too much, though. It's not the worst from far away, having some, like, a little bit of overhang. I don't know how I like the overhang, though, up close, because it's a very, like... It's not a big enough area, I don't think. A tree would be good. Yeah, someone's suggesting a tree. A tree could be good here. Ooh, we could have a tree coming out right here between the mossy boulder and like over here. Yeah, I don't normally stream, but this is a first time. So we're seeing how it goes. Using some vines would be good. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with a tree here. I think I'm gonna go with a tree from Mossy Boulder to like the stone wall. I think that's gonna look good, and it'll add like a bit of like separation between boulder and just wall. So I'm always a fan of either making the trunks gray or out of like stripped spruce. One of those two. I don't know how other people feel, but that's how I feel. And then let's throw a bunch of this stuff out of here if I'm going to start working on a tree. We'll grab a bunch of that. We will grab some of this. You know what? We just got to go full chest monster, I think. We got to start packing up, or packing out. The opposite of packing up. Unpacking everything. Okay. So tree right here. I'm thinking kind of an angle. So it's coming out, oh gosh, how am I going to explain this? It comes out towards the road, right? So it starts like here and it like angles over and it goes kind of on an angle, so it isn't even straight there. So it's on it's on many angles. I think that'll be good. Somewhere right here-ish. I think this is a good start. And then I don't know about you guys, but I just kind of generally get a direction for the tree, and then we'll see how it looks in a second, and we'll better shape it, because obviously, like, the log shouldn't all look quite like this. But let's see how the general idea of that coming out like that looks. I mean, I don't think it looks bad. Let's make sure, like, if you're walking, if you were to, like, walk down here, I feel like having that over there, and then you're going to have the big bridge in the background that I'm planning. I don't think that's bad. Maybe try to keep it a bit lower to the ground instead of... Maybe go more like that instead of like that. That's what I'm kind of feeling. Okay. Let's try some of this. Yeah, not quite like that. Okay, I probably need to break out some of the... I need, like, slabs and stuff. Stairs, slabs, trapdoors, all of the above. That's gonna annoy me. Okay. This is so awkward. Me trying to build over this cliff area. I don't think I've done a tree on this much of an angle before. Like, this is a bit tricky. Actually, I don't know if I like that. Might need to make a slab there, maybe? Then I don't want it too thick up here, so maybe cut off some of these. Try to make it a bit thinner, because it does get thinner. Like, trees naturally, like, thin out a bit, right? As they get taller. And obviously I need some branches on it, but for, like, the trunk kind of coming out, that could be kind of cool. Going like that. Maybe. I'm not sure. Oh, you know what? Seeing like little bits here and there to change. Yeah, I know. For the longest time, I was really bad at trees too. And so I feel like I've gotten a lot better, to be honest. So maybe I can share some tricks as I'm going along. Never done one like this before, but trees are just hard because they're, I don't know, I'm used to building on like squares, right? Buildings are nice big rectangles, very uniform. I build on nice big rectangles of river, like building a tree is so unnatural to that. But let's see. How do we imagine the branches coming out? Because if you're a tree and you're sticking out weird like this, how would your branches go? Because you wouldn't have some down here. You maybe start having some like out here branching out. And you'd even have some like sticking down. But you'd also have some sticking up like that. So let's say, ooh, I should get some walls though, because walls are really good. Oh, you know what? I have, here it is. Let's get some walls. I'm so glad that B-Dubs taught me that you can add gray into like tree trunks and stuff. Like, it totally works for adding some, like, thicker branches out of the walls. Like, I don't know. I wouldn't have normally expected to be able to do this, but you totally can. I only have one of these. That's not gonna work. For leaves, use acacia. I always like first pronounce it acacia because of how it looks, and then I say acacia. But yeah, acacia or azalea, those are really good. I think some brighter leaves. Not making it like a spruce tree, just using obviously the spruce wood here. Yeah, Speedubs and Scar make great trees. I'm jealous every time I see one of their trees. I'm always like, oh, I wish I could do that. Is that gonna be good? Hopefully. I just fell off while I was trying to go into free cam. Okay, I feel like that could be good. The bottom branches are always a bit bigger, and then like as you get to the top, they get a bit smaller. So I feel like that's kind of good. I mean, obviously I need more, but I'm trying to like judge like the size. It might be a bit too big though. I guess we'll see. Do you want to do wall? Yeah, I'll do like a wall here. Maybe this one can have it a weird angle. Not bad, but it's looking a little goofy. Yeah, Scar's tree that's on fire is like crazy good. Like that's, I don't even know how to describe it. Like it's just, it's unreal how amazing it looks. Okay, then we need some branches like also going up and stuff. We can't just have branches going the other way. Okay. Uh-oh. I don't know about that one. It might be fine. Maybe it needs to like curve more or something. Instead of like going up like that. And then go up. That might be good. It's not great. Make some branches droop lower. Yes, definitely. You also need some going in the downward direction. I don't know how to make them droop. I feel like once we add leaves, it'll be easier to make them look like they're drooping. Compared to like right now. I'm at least hoping. I'm hoping that by adding leaves on it, it'll fix and make it more like droopy and look like it's like really hanging over. Because it's kind of hard with like, this is a weird angle is what I'm trying to say, I guess, with like branches and stuff. But let's go down here. Uh-oh. How am I gonna do this? We can go from that block, I think. No, but that's a slab. That's not gonna work well. We could... I don't want to go from this one, because that's already got like a branch going out that side. It looks weird if you connect it up like that. It doesn't look natural. Bit of a problem, but... Does that look good? Oh, time to sleep. I guess not the worst. It's not the best either. It's looking a little goofy. I'm gonna be honest, this is like a real struggle. Doing it on such an angle, such a droop. I've never done such droop before. Let's go back up here. Let's make some smaller branches as we go up, and then hopefully it'll look good. Oh, I'm out of walls. That's fine. We probably don't need many walls now that they're getting to like thinner branches. I think we want to do less of that. I wish this would connect up, but I've got so many slabs here. It's gonna be frustrating. Do something like that. We can make this one go a bit further down as I go down. Something like that. I don't know about that. Something like that. Maybe? I feel like it's getting better now that we've added some more. Yeah, once you leaf it up, it looks a lot better. I found though, if you have a really solid like branch structure that looks good, your leaves will look really good. It's not like a guaranteed like thing that your leaves will look good if your branches look good, but like I feel like your leaves will look bad if your branches look bad. You can cover up some of it, but like you need like the general shape. Okay. I'm thinking. Ooh, that's a droopy branch right there. Look at that droopy branch. Maybe a bit too big for the top, honestly. Maybe it needs not quite as much like length to it. It needs to be a bit shorter. That's what I'm feeling. I feel like that's a better length. Again, it doesn't connect up, but with the leaves and stuff, I think it'll look better. And then we need like something sticking up over here, I think. Coming out like the top, maybe? Very droopy, yes. Extreme droop on this tree. This isn't a full block, is it? Nope, it's a slab. Everything's a slab here. Is that gonna look okay? Maybe. We could also have like another branch coming out a little bit like this. Just go branch crazy. And then I want that. Look at that. Ooh. Exactly, yeah. You want the branches to go in all the correct directions so that they're already creating the proper shape. So that when you add leaves on it, the leaves go in the proper shape too. Because if your branches aren't going in the right direction, your leaves definitely won't. I think we need tiny branches on the big branches. It's a bit hard with the angle of stuff here, but I always like using the trapdoors for this. Not the trapdoors. The fence gate. The thing you open that's a fence. Because they're like thinner than the... Here, I'll show you guys an example down here. Oops. Okay, I'm showing you an example down here. If you look at this, and then you look at like these two connected, like these are like thinner, like vertically wise, than this is, because this takes up like the full block, bottom to height, whereas this looks like thinner. So if you're trying to like add little thin branches at the end, I feel like these are better for that. Like skin on a goofy skeleton. So true. If we go, how do we want this? Could go that way and that way. Whoa, look at that. Plus symbol. Oops. We need some over here. Definitely one coming out over there. There. That might be a bit too much. That one's good. That could be good. I'm out already. I need some more. I know I dropped one over here. I feel like it's looking good though. We're getting somewhere with this. It's slowly getting a shape in here. Okay, yeah, I just needed a few more. What kind of rocket was that? Did you guys see that? It wasn't like a failed rocket. It just like didn't go that high. It was like a really weak, defective rocket. Strangest thing I've ever seen. Could add something like that. Add a bit of... Don't be mean to the rocket. It did its best. It definitely was trying. It tried to get me up that cliff. It really tried its hardest. Oh, maybe I should have some like vertical, also like fences coming out like that. That'd probably be good. Like something like that. And ooh, over here, do one there. And oops, not like that. I think that looks pretty good. What about this one? Oh, this one needs some love too. There we go. Okay, let's finally look at this. Don't blame it on me. Don't blame it back to me. It wasn't my fault. I crafted them perfectly. They were perfect rockets. Also, welcome back, Sarah, with your hopefully good sushi. We're still working here away over on this cliffside. We're working on a tree right now, a really droopy tree. And I think the branches are pretty good. It looks a bit chaotic, but I think that's what you have to expect for it being on a droopy angle. Like, it's not going to look great. I really hate this one, though, that it doesn't connect up here. I might have to... Ooh, if I turn that into a stair, I bet it will look better. Let's go up there and try to... That worked out. That rocket worked properly. Okay, how do I... Uh-oh. And then I put the stair on here. Also, I should make these into like that version. Here. We will do that. So it looks a bit better. Uh-oh. Wait, I got it. And then we'll put another one there. Put another one over there. And I guess we need a few more. Well, let's see how the stair looks. People are a little unsure about the stair. From this angle, it looks bad. From this angle, it looks better. But yes, with the leaves, it's going to be much harder to actually see that it's broken up. So it'll probably be fine. Probably won't matter either way, and it's all going to be covered up. And my little change, no one will ever see it. Only you guys on stream will know that there's a random stair in there that I thought I needed for some reason. Oh, such a great suggestion. Having some roots stick out of the cliff below. I do really like that idea. Yeah, let's do that right now, actually. I was gonna say we should work on the leaves, but I've already got all like the wood stuff in my inventory. Okay. How do we want to do this? I feel like having a bit of something come down here. Though I need that. And I don't want it super thick, but you can't exactly do... I guess we could have fences, couldn't we? Oh, I don't have any fences left, though. Also, I can't grab that. There we go. Okay, we need some more fences so we can make some cool little roots. Oh my gosh, so many messages. Let me see. Yeah, that happens a lot where like right now I'm focusing on all the little like fine details of it and no one's ever going to know that it didn't connect up there until I added that stair and that I think the stair is a little goofy. No one's going to know. Oh, that's a good call, Brian. Having some stairs where you can see through it to some logs. That'd be kind of cool. I'm hoping this doesn't look bad. We're gonna find out. But I don't quite want it to look like... Not really sure about that. It's honestly not the worst, at least for right now. Have some also like over here maybe. Oh, that's so true. Having some dirt that they're sticking out of so it isn't just stone. That is a good idea. This is so funny. Originally, I made this stream to work on the bridge. I started working on it at the beginning. Then I started working on the cliff. Then I started working on boulders. Now I've started working on a tree. This stream is like a million different things. But I think it's turning out good. We're working on some good stuff here. I don't know if the one sticking out makes it look weird. I feel like that kind of looks better without it sticking out a bit. Yes, it's the squirrel effect where you go, squirrel, yes, I'll work on that. Squirrel, yes, I'll work on that. I think it's good though. We're making good progress. Okay, I think we have to start working on the leaves instead of just continue working on like, because I think it does need some dirt and stuff for the roots, but I want to do the leaves first and then we'll come back to the roots because it doesn't look bad as it is currently coming out of the rocks. But obviously like the rocks still need texturing and stuff because it looks very flat still. So I got to come back anyways for the rocks. And I want to get the tree done. Chat, drink water? You're reminding me to drink water. I feel like I have done trees in creative too. Some of the first ones. But yeah, I don't know why I started doing them in survival. Because I like doing other builds, just in creative first. So I don't know what about trees. I was like, I can do it in survival. I'll deal with it. I'm not quite sure. Okay, let's see. I feel like azalea leaves are gonna be really good. The super green ones. Then what else are we feeling? Maybe just normal oak. Is that a good combo? Oops, I did not mean to put that in there. I feel like some just basic leaves. That'll be good. Where is... That's the name for it. So if you're wondering what my diamond hose name is, there it is. No, not your mom specifically. It's someone's mom specifically. I don't specify whose it is. It says your mom, though. I'm so sorry. I should have specified better. Oh, pale oak leaves would be really cool, Droopy. I saw B-Dubs do that in his one tree. Oh no. DYM. Okay, I need some more of these leaves, so we have to probably farm some up. I'm gonna put away all this, because we hopefully won't need that anymore. I'll put that away. We'll put that and that. We've got so much stuff. You know what? I should just place down... Oops, didn't mean to put those in there. I should just place down these. Just make the shulker monster even bigger, right? Just, like, commit to it. What's the green door? Oh, I'm so glad you asked. Someone asked earlier what my favorite block is, and it's this right here, so I had to pull it out. And then I just had it in my inventory, and I just threw it in somewhere. But for some reason, I really like it. It's just like the perfect shade of green, this like shade of copper. And my favorite block isn't just that block of copper, it's specifically door, because there's no other good doors in this game that look so cool like this. And Brian, you don't need to make more puns. There's no need for it. I know the door came back into relevance, but no more puns. Yeah, copper doors are kind of awesome. Also, here, I'll go on another tangent again, because I might as well. Starter house, all copper doors, all of them. Except these ones up here, I did the fully oxidized version, because I thought it looked better for some reason. Over here, no copper doors. That's why I gave it a lower score. It's the secret for why I gave my buildings the scores that they have. The truck, copper doors. These builds over here, copper doors. This one over here, no copper doors. It's not as good. This, copper door. This over here, no copper doors. Not as good. Mm-hmm. I really like the copper look. Okay, I need to farm up some of these trees. That's what I was gonna do. So we'll grab some of this. Actually, I should grab the flowered version, because I don't usually use those, so I should use them for the trees. And then we'll grab some of that. And we gotta go grab some bone meal. The copper door is the best part. Yep. It's true. Out of all my builds, the copper doors are the best. It's the only reason why my builds are good. If I put a normal door on this building, it wouldn't look good anymore. That's the secret. Oh no, don't ask for the puns. Don't request them. There's no reason to request puns. Okay, where do I actually keep my bone meal in this world? Where the heck? Oh, here it is. Okay. Also, hello. Good, good you getting in time to see the stream. I've gotten so very distracted. First I was working on a big bridge in my creative version of this world that goes over like this. I'd mostly finished it. I just had like some final finishing touches of like questions and stuff. But then after working through those tiny things, then I started working on this cliffside. And then I worked specifically on these two boulders over here. And then as I was working on the boulders, someone mentioned making a tree, and so now I made a tree. But you see, the problem is I don't have enough leaves. So now we're gonna go farm some leaves for the tree, for the boulders, for a nice entry shot to then the bridge. Definitely not getting distracted. Okay, but let's actually do some growing. I know this is super engaging stream content right here. Super high quality, watching me break some leaves. This is what you all came for. But I think we can probably get away with just a little bit. I mean, I always underestimate how much leaves I need. I'm always like, that's probably good. And then it's like, isn't good. I need more. Okay, how much do we have? Oh, we've actually barely got any. We need a lot more. You guys and your door puns. I'll let you guys entertain yourselves. I mean, I am just like getting leaves. She'll call the coppers on us. I hate that. Oh, I don't know how to feel about that one. It's making me smile, but in like a I don't like it way. Oh man, I didn't notice. Hopefully I haven't been missing too many people's chats. I've been trying to keep up, but I honestly didn't expect this many people to be chatting, which is good. It's good that we've got some engagement on here. I love that. But for first time streaming, even just having 20 people watching, I'm already like, whoa, this is crazy. 20 people, 20 individuals, they're out there. Honestly, that might be good for the azalea part. I think we just need a lot more of the oak leaves. I'm gonna say that. I'm trying to get through this as quick as I can. I know it's not super interesting. Grow them on different dirt blocks for rooted dirt. Yes, that's so true. If I needed a bunch of rooted dirt, I usually just go to where the azalea trees naturally generate underneath them for like quite a few blocks down in like a 5x5. There's a bunch of rooted dirt. That's usually how I get all my rooted dirt because I don't want to make a farm off the one block that spawns underneath the azalea that you grow because I feel like it's so little and you could just like go out and find a big patch of it. Oh no. Uh, more puns. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there in the leaves. I feel like we're gonna need more oak leaves than we did, of the azalea ones. That's my prediction. Because I'm hoping that I can just like put some azaleas sort of like on the edge as like a highlight, whereas like the oak will hopefully be like the main leaf. That's my thought anyways. Okay, how much do we got now? Not enough. Not enough, probably. Okay. You know what? I think that's good for starting. That's plenty. And if we need more, we can always come back and get some more. Okay, back to the bear tree. Looks like it's winter. And now this is kind of the fun part of building a tree, maybe. It's not fun at the end of the leaves where you have to like touch them up and like figure out like which ones look right and which ones look wrong. But like at the beginning of putting leaves on, you just kind of go crazy. I feel like it's the fun part of it. Just gotta make sure we get all the correct sides and everything. And at least for me with my leaves, I always kind of start out slow with the leaves. Like I'll add just like sort of one layer around the branches here, which obviously like isn't enough. But I don't want to go too crazy to like start with. And so I just like start slow and then I slowly expand it out, I guess. And I found that that works pretty well. And hopefully things will look good. What are some of these puns people are saying? Door open, the conversation. Oh no. I do have like a very tiny window in OBS right now that's like got the chat, which I really should make longer, which I'm doing now. But like I literally had to scroll up for a second to see all the puns you guys have been saying. No, there's gonna be no logging of the trees. It's gonna be no more puns. Not gonna have it. The CU one. Okay, that one's good. That one's good. I approve that one. That's the first copper pun I've approved. You've got my stamp of approval. Maybe it's just science jokes get me. Mm-hmm. Okay. Obviously this will not be enough, but let's start looking at how the leaves are going. Okay, I forgot about the leaves that are underneath because they're hard to get to. But the tree's looking horrible. That's the honest truth. But because I feel like I need another branch here. I'm missing something, like right here going up. Which means, oh, I don't have all the wood stuff on me. But it needs another branch. It really does. I need like another... I need to just expand my shulker monster. Put this over here. That over there. Put that away. Where is... There's that one. Okay. Let's see if we can't get one more branch in there. So I was kind of thinking, this one's going out like that, that one's going out like that. We need one going like up, right here. Which I guess is here. Uh-oh. We just go straight up, because it does kind of need to just go straight up. I mean, we could go slightly to the side. Oh, that looks good. I like that. Slightly that way. And I don't have another thing, but that's fine. That's probably good. We do something like that. Yeah, that looks good. So now it kind of fills it out, hopefully. That's the idea anyways. Yes, you gotta trust the process. Which obviously I didn't trust it enough because I made a whole branch. And I should have just trusted my first branches were good, but now I'm trusting this new branch will be better. And then I guess we just kind of build up some of these areas also. You don't want to go too dense, which is hard to do because then you got to break some spots where you like put something just to like make sure there's like air pockets. Because yeah, you don't want to go too dense. Never go too dense. I did really spruce it up. It's true. Good thing we got so many leaves here. I just kind of go crazy, I guess, with the leaves. Just trying to figure out whatever. Oops. So true. If you have too dense a tree, it's going to be too much to eat. And everyone knows you want to be able to eat your trees. That's when you know your tree's good, when you can eat it. It should be like a giant piece of broccoli. Okay. This is gonna be the hardest part. I hate doing leaves on the bottom. I like when I can just jump around the tops of it to get to the leaves, but I'm not liking this. I'm gonna be honest. Because of that. That's why I don't like it. Oh no, I fell off again. Uh... And then, oh no, oh no. See, this is why I hate it. I wish it was... See, this is why I would need creative mode. You know, everything else of the tree building process I can do. And then I'm over here wishing I was in creative. wishing. Just like I could fly around and build this better. But instead, here I am, slaving away with my scaffolding. Okay, let's see how the tree's doing. Oh, I missed a branch. So it's not doing. But I feel like it's kind of getting there. Not really yet. But trust in the process. It'll get there eventually. And then this branch is totally leafless right now, which is not okay. Oh no. It did just fold under the pressure. Very true. Sometimes scaffolding is great, sometimes I want to murder it. Oh no. Yes, I'm still streaming. It's still happening. I keep on getting distracted with new things. And to be fair, I've been on this tree for a while, so I haven't been distracted in so long. The bridge has been started in creative mode, the design, but I haven't started it all here. There's nothing. It's gonna go across like this. If you saw the thumbnail, it was gonna go across like that. Oh no. Uh... You want to also build something while I'm getting sidetracked on building something? Just even more sidetracked? I honestly don't know how much I'm going to stream much more. Maybe until like 10:30 my time, which is like 20 minutes away. I only have so much energy in me to do streaming. But I'd like to see how much of this tree I can finish up before we end things here. Oh my gosh! Imagine if I did ban people for making puns. I was like, you've got a five pun limit. Once you go past it, that's it. You make your sixth pun and you're out. That'd be so funny. Yes, it would be punitive action. Unfortunately, that's exactly what it would be. Okay. This is going pretty good. It's still not perfect in its shape, but it's like, it's getting there, you know? It's looking so much better than it did at the beginning. But I feel like it needs some like coming out over here or something. So it doesn't feel like down heavy, like it needs a branch coming out over here, which means we got to do more branch work. Time to pull out the stuff again. Okay. Let's grab some of this. And oh, we are out of everything. um Let's add some more. Okay, that should be enough to get us one more branch. Oh my gosh, you guys are making a gang in chat. You're gonna be like the pun gang. You're gonna be terrorizing the chat for years to come. Everyone will cower when the pun gang shows up. They're gonna be like, no, not pun gang. I thought they wouldn't come back. Okay. What angle do I think? I'm feeling droopy this way. Everything's got to be droopy with this tree, but droopy this way. So, uh-oh. Can't claim that. Oops. Ooh, maybe not quite how I wanted it. I think do something like that, maybe? Let's see how that looks. Oh, that's not bad for angle. For angle of that branch. And then let's add some tiny branches in here. Oh, that might be too many tiny branches. Well, you can never have too many tiny branches. Okay, that's pretty good. I'm liking that. Oh no, you guys are accumulating members? I don't know if this is a good thing. That you guys are like growing in size. Like if I don't put a stop to Pun Gang soon, you guys are gonna be like all over the place. You guys are crazy. Okay, oh no, I'm like out of scaffolding. This is so bad. Normally like 64 scaffolding's enough to do like everything I want. But I guess today's a scaffolding heavy day. Okay, let's see how this looks. That branch needs some work on its leaves, but it's not looking bad, I don't think. It could probably use some floofing over here. I could use floofing all over, to be honest, but I think the base structure of the tree is now kind of set in. Now we just need to, like, figure out the leaf situation, the poofiness. A pun cartel? Pun anarchy? You guys are getting too extreme over there. Next thing I know, you guys are going to be wanting pun communism. Being like, oh, everyone has equal rights to the same amount of puns. And, like, you know, maybe the equal amount is just 0. Oops. You know, I'm going to be honest, if politics was just everyone making puns at each other and then complaining about each other's puns, I feel like politics would be so much more exciting. Let me just say that. If that's all we had to worry about was a politician making a bad pun, like, that'd be such a nice day. Hmm. Okay, let's see. Yes, exactly. We need everyone in chat doing puns and then one person building all the trees and bridges and boulders and texturing and all that. And that's just me. And then everyone else is the pun people. I'm glad Seraph's having fun with whatever project they're working on. And something that doesn't have to do with just puns. This is looking okay. I feel like this is gonna need a lot of tweaking that maybe I don't want to do on stream. I'm like getting burnt out on this tree already, which means it might stay like this for like a little bit. But I don't know. I like coming back to projects like this where it's like I don't just finish it in one day. Tree king. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll come back and treek it later. And Seraph is inventing Minecraft pollution. That's so interesting. I have no idea what that means. I don't know if that's a cool project or a really bad project. Let's clean up a little bit of what's happened around here. Am I missing some? Or is there some up there? Oh, there is some up there. Okay. That's where the other part went. Running on a pun control platform. Yep. Oh, someone's loving Art Deco. Well, if you love Art Deco, here, 1 second. Let me switch. Which first, you're gonna see my full face. You guys can't see all my worlds. But I think this is probably good. Before I end the stream, I'll actually show people that didn't see the beginning of it how the actual big project's going, the one that I was originally going to work on. Okay. So here I am in the creative version of the world. There's no tree. There's no beautiful cliff that I've been working on, but there is this beautiful build over here. And then I'm also working on some terraforming up over here. And something that I was trying on at the beginning of this was making it more golden yellow over here, which I think is the better color to use, but there isn't walls that are golden yellow because there's no, like, if I type in walls without an S, the closest thing you can get is either the sandstone or the endstone, but the endstone looks bad. So I was trying to mix in the sandstone to see if that looked okay, and it sort of does. I tried using just fences, and it, like, sort of looks okay. But I think I just prefer it with just all sandstone because then it's very uniform. And I feel like I like this better, the sandstone version. So I might just run with that, honestly. But I really like how the detail is coming in, because if you guys have ever seen the Chrysler building, at the top of it, it's got these like sunburst effects, and I was trying to do something like that on this curve like the Chrysler building has. So yeah, the yellow over here is bamboo. I was trying to use it to make it look more golden yellow because that's like what Art Deco would have, but I think it looks fine with the sandstone, and it's gonna look more uniform. So I think it's gonna look good. I'm pretty happy with how it's turning out. I also added some little variants in the background. I think that turned out nice. So I'm liking how this side's looking. I don't like how I tried things over here. But I think it's like good enough to now like build it over in my survivor world. I just have to get all the materials and put some work into it. But I mean, this is kind of the hardest part. Getting materials is easy. You just check it off a list, you know? What does the top look like? The top looks like this. And if you run along it, if you're actually like person-sized, these ones don't look quite as proportional. They look a bit tiny in person, like up close. But I don't think I'll be up close very often. I'll probably be down there pretty often. But I think up here looks pretty cool. You've got quite the view from up here. And then I'm hoping to build some stuff over here, over on this like plateau that I've created. There'll be some like fun stuff. The museum anti-aliasing, yeah. I've talked about that museum way too much. I don't need to bring it up again. I can't get to the bridge yet without an elytra. Probably in the future, maybe a future project. The current project, I think, is just make the bridge and a bit of terraforming. And then future projects like make more buildings up here and then make probably a proper way to actually get up there. So yeah. Don't say poor museum. I've talked enough about it. It's popular enough as is. It doesn't need to be talked about more. But it is amusing that I talk about the museum so much. I think that's gonna be it though. I am tiring out a bit. It's almost 10:30. I put that as my tentative end date, end time 20 minutes ago, 15 minutes ago. It's getting close to that. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed the stream. I think we did a lot of good work here, and hopefully my next video won't take a whole month to come out. And if it does, hopefully I'll do some streams in between now that I'm doing those, so you guys have actual like content to watch, instead of just nothing for a month. Okay, I will see you all later.